Good evening and a very warm welcome indeed. I'll put the thumbs up to you because we've hit the back of the net today, big time style. Just like I told you, I tipped your horse last night at around about 6 p.m. when I'm online every night previewing the following day's action, almost 24 hours ahead of schedule. And I told you about a horse with 8 fat zeros next to its name that I said it would have a number 1 next to its name after today. And was I right? Yes, I was right. And I've been right that many times over the last 3 years. When I've told you that, I don't mind sticking my chest out. Some people say to me, you've never tipped all them winners. Yes, I have tipped all those winners. They're all in the video bank. But more to the point, they're all big winners. 18 to 1 to 7 to 1. Nearly 1,300 people was on that horse called Laugh If You Want. I told you the fact that the horse had got loads of excuses why it hadn't run better than it seemed on paper. Colin Keane was booked to ride it, and Laugh If You Want duly was back from 18 to 1 to 7 to 1 and gave you a real big payday. And just before I give you tonight's 4 bets for Friday, we're going for a big Friday payday. 2 of them are also at Galway. 2 of them both priced in the early shows at 8 to 1, and they pay around 80 to 1 a double alone. Before I give you them, also last night, bit unlucky, wasn't it, with a horse called Aurora Princess back from something in the range of 11 to 1 into 7 to 2, just getting beaten a nip and tuck affair each way, though, a winning bet. And that was another case of my horses being very well backed. They're on the job horses, and they don't very rarely leave it behind. When they start to run, I'm a streaky player, and I back winner after winner after winner. Excuse me, at very, very big prices indeed. That's what this line's all about, bringing you big price winners. I did it for you last year between these months, and after a break of coming off here for quite a while to focus on a few other things and my private members, I have come back through August, September, October, November, December. I told you on Monday that this line will give you more big price winners than any other line could possibly do. That's not even open to question. It will do. And already, I'm true to my word, I've banged you an 18 to 1 winner in. Since Monday, I'm straight on here then. 18 to 1 winner down to 7 to 1. And duly did the business. Laugh if you want. I told you you'd be laughing after the race, and it duly won. I'm going to sing my praises because you can't get these horses anywhere else. You might get 6 to 4 chances, you might get 5 to 2, 9 to 2, 7 to 2, but you won't find horses with 8 duck eggs, and then I'm telling you they're going to win. I'm not even saying they're maybe going to win. I said to you, it will win. I said to you, it will win. It'll have a number 1 after its name at 320, and it duly will. And duly did. And last night, Aurora Princess nearly duplicated it, 11 to 1 to 7 to 2, just getting beat in a nip and tuck photograph finish. And if it had jumped the last a little bit better, it probably would have won. However, it's all about the each ways, it's all about the big prices, and it's all about the longevity and the long-term profits. Few back winners at 18 to 1 regular, and 16 to 1 winners regular, and 14 to 1 winners regular, your bank balance and your betting bank balance is going to be like the church roof fund. It's going to go up and up and up. And that's what I've brought to you, and I'm bringing to you big price bets and big price winners. They can't all win, like I told you last night, but lots of them do, and that's all you need. You only need to beat the averages, beat the percentages, beat the mathematics, and you will make big money. But you won't bet them and beat them unless you're backing big price winners, and that's what this channel is all about. I did it for you last year in between November and December. I had the best run ever of any tipster on YouTube, and probably any tipster ever in the history of tipping. That's what happened last November and December and into January as well. So I'm aiming to replicate that with horses like Laugh If You Can, and I'm really proud. I've showed you already what's going to happen, even after just a few days of coming back, settling into it again. Here we go. Aurora Princess, big price, 11 to 1 to 7 to 2. Laugh If You Can, bang, at the back of the net. Boom, as they say. I don't say boom, I say bang, bang, bang. Job done. Right, my dog's on the move here. She's getting a little bit upset. She doesn't really like me coming on this line talking because she likes me to fuss her and just sit with her and play. But for the next few minutes, I'm going to play with the bookies because I'm going to give you my bets for Friday. So if you've got your pens and papers ready, I've got 2 bets at Galway I'm going to give you, both around 8 to 1, 10 to 1, okay? So they're both each way bets and both very, very strongly fancied indeed. Then I've also got one at Galway, ridden by Colin Keane. Now, I'm a big fan of Colin Keane, and I probably back more winners that he rides than anybody breathing. I can tell you that. And I'll give you another one of his. It's not an official bet, but it's a horse I think will win. It's not an official bet because it doesn't come up to a big enough price, but I think it'll win. So I'll give you that as well. And then I've got a real dark horse for you at Musselburgh. So it's a really interesting message. They're all interesting messages what I give you, and they're all interesting because they carry big price horses who've got big value chances and better chances than the odds would suggest. All right. Now I'll give you these Galway horses in 1 minute. I did tell you, and I've told you, I tip and back more winners in Ireland than any other person breathing. I don't mean tipsters, I mean pundits, I mean journalists, media. It doesn't matter who they are. I tip more big prize winners in Ireland than anybody in the business. All right. And you've just seen another one yesterday and a near miss the night before. But you had one today, 18-1. And that's just a common factor that I do. And I've been doing on here free of charge. Remember, I gave you that free of charge. I didn't try to sell it you. I didn't do anything with it other than give it you free of charge. And a lot of people think, oh, you give it as free of charge. You know, yes, I give it you free of charge. I could have charged for it. Of course I could. But I didn't. Free of charge. And for the moment, it will be free of charge. We're going to keep going and keep going and keep going, all right? Until the bookies have cried enough. Right, let's get busy. Izzy Wizzy, as Sooty says. Let's get busy. Izzy Wizzy. Well, let's go to Musselburgh for the first of these bets on Friday night. Friday night is fish and chip night or it's music night, whichever you want, or it could be music and fish and chip night. But don't miss this. The 6:10 at Musselburgh, number 2. It's called Grace's Quest. Trained by Jim Goldie, who's having a good time of things. It's an amateur riders race, amateur jockeys handicap. It's ridden by Thomas Easterby, who's one of the better jockeys in the amateur ranks, and runs off a mark of 66 in a stinking 0-65 handicap. Now, Grace's Quest last time ran in a much better race than this. It was as high as 0-85 at Hamilton, and the jockey William Pyle, who's an apprentice, not an amateur, rode not the best race of all time. Now he's very much an apprentice, so you can take that into consideration. But he has been replaced today by a Thomas Easterby, and I think Easterby's got the right makeup with this race to win this. For 0-65, it's dropped down in class. The horse is much better than it looks on paper, I can tell you that. And I've not got the price for this race. I know these other Irish races around 8-1 and 10-1, but this one should be around 6 or 7-1. It's a 10 race, 1 mile, 5 furlong race up there, as they at Musselburgh, on them each way. All right, it's an official bet each way. Number 2, Grace's Quest, and I think that also run an absolute look. I know it'll run a massive race. It's what I told you about laugh if you want. Laugh if you want. I said, I think it'll run a good race. And I said, no, I know it will. And it did, didn't it? It didn't just run a good race. It won about a 20-odd runner handicap doing handstands. So Grace's Quest each way, it will run a big race. Whether it'll win or not, it's a big value price. And you keep beating the value. You keep beating percentages. Keep beating the maths. You will win. That's what it's all about. Beating the bookies at their own game. Beating the bookies at their own game. 6:10 at Musselburgh, number 2, Grace's Quest. All right. It's your first bet of the day, no conferring. You'll start of a 10 on a Friday night. Bamba Samba. Get stuck into that one. Now, these 2 horses at Galway, I'd say in the last 2 days, you've had a big 11-1 to 7-2 second in the photo and a big 18-1 winner. And my Irish racing will never stop picking winners. It's just the way it is. I've got best information in the country, and I know all about these handicaps, and I know all about how they're planning and all they're getting things ready. And that's what I focus a lot on, these Irish races. And that's why I've tipped more big prize winners than anybody in the business. Doesn't matter if they come from Ireland, Wales, Scotland, or the UK, wherever. I tip more. End of story. It's not even negotiable, that. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So I've got 2 more for you now, and I'm giving you both free of charge. I'm not going to charge for them. And I think both will run big races. I really do. No, I'm going to say it again. I know both will run big races. Now, these 2 horses are trained by a very, very high-profile trainer, and I think both of them got outstanding chances, not just of winning, but winning very well indeed. I think they're well ahead of the handicap. I'll say that again. Well ahead of the handicapper. And I think they've got a massive chance of showing it. The first race is a 6:35. It's the Guinness handicap, and the prize money is £110,000. Well, that's a big purse. It's a big pot. And I think the pot's going to go to number 5. It's called Weston. Weston. Trained by the one and only Gordon Elliott. Ridden by the one and only Chris Hayes. Talking of Colin Keane, he doesn't ride this horse tomorrow. This gelding is a grey gelding, 4 years old. He rode it last time out, though, when it had relatively no chance at Ascot, but ran really well in the Ascot Stakes, finishing 5th. That was a good run, I tell you. And I can tell you also that this horse is absolutely cock on, ready to go with Chris Hayes on board. And off a marker 97, looks something to really get your teeth into. Number 5, it's called Weston. Trained by Gordon Elliott, ridden by Chris Hayes. As I say, ran okay, ran really well actually. 5th of 19 in the Ascot Stakes at Royal Ascot. It was a good run. It had a bit of a problem in running. That race wasn't really run to suit Weston, and it come from the back in a race that there was a pace which wasn't right to do that. But I think this race is going to be run to suit Weston. It's going to be run at a lightning speed, and I'll be absolutely amazed if it doesn't run a big race. It's number 5. It's called Weston, 6:35 at Galway. Well, that's the second bet of the day. You know, I'm confident about that. I've told you all about it, and I want you to step back in time for the second bet at Galway. Excuse me, got a bit of a tickle there, the old Huey Green. Thank you tremendously, friends. Go to the 6 o'clock at Galway, and I'm going to give you a very big price one again here. In a 23-runner cavalry charge, a horse which really has got a great chance. Once again, trained by the great Gordon Elliott. This time, ridden by Jack Kennedy, the man himself. I'm just going to have a sip of this Coke, if that's all right. I've just dropped a couple of rums in it as well to keep me buzzing, but not really. I'm going to have a little bit of a drink after this, though, but my voice isn't too strong at the moment. Number 19, Quantum Realm. Let's talk business. Number 19, Quantum Realm. After I've told you about this, I have got one other horse, which is ridden by Colin Keane, which I think will win, but isn't as big a price as these, but I think it'll win. Number 19, Quantum Realm. Well, as I say, it's got the job jockey on himself, that man himself, Jack Kennedy. I don't know what's up with my throat, and I must apologise, but I'm not going to start again. So number 19, Quantum Realm, off a mark of 121. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it again. It's not going so well, is it? But I've got to keep going. I don't know what's happened here. I think somebody's stick the voodoo doll at me for tipping that winner today and want me to shut up. Well, number 19, Quantum Realm. I'm not going to talk too much about it then because obviously my voice is disappearing. However, last time out, it ran really well, went 4th of 15 at Tipperary, ridden by an apprentice of the yard. There's no apprentice on tomorrow. It's ridden by a big man himself, Jack Kennedy. And I think Jack Kennedy will win on number 19, Quantum Realm. I'm all over it. I'm going to have one of the bets of the season on it. It's 8-1 to your money. I can't see the horse being out of the frame, but I can see it winning. And I'll be absolutely gobsmacked if it doesn't figure really at the business end of things in a high-profile way. I think it'll win, just like I told you that one. Laugh if you want. I think Quantum Realm will win. I think Weston's got a great chance as well for Gordon Elliott. I really do. But Quantum Realm, there's something about this race. It's an 80,000 handicap chase, and with Jack Kennedy on board, everything looks right. Ticks all the boxes. It's a tick all the boxes bet. It's a bazooka bet. It's a cannonball bet. It's everything bet. And I'm all in pot on Quantum Realm in a 6 o'clock at Galway. I think I fancy that one a little bit now, and I'll be very, very surprised if we don't collect each way or win, of course. Okay, now the final bet I'm going to give you, it's not an official bet, but it is one. I do like Colin Keane as the jockey, and I do back a lot of winners that he rides. And voice again a bit stronger now, thank goodness. And go to the 7:40 at Galway. I'm going straight win on this, and I say it's not as big a price as I would normally put out on here, but because I know what I know, and because it is Keane on board, and he has done us a big favour today, I'm going to tell it you. I'm going to give it you for free again. I've given you 3 horses already, and they've both got outstanding they've all got outstanding chances. Weston in the 6:35 at Galway, Quantum Realm all over that like a rash, 6 o'clock at Galway, and Grace's Quest in that 6:10 at Musselburgh. It's going to be quite a night, isn't it? 6 o'clock, 6:10, 6:35. Crikey, 35 minutes of heaven. Wow, that's exciting. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, I'll give you this horse now, but what I'm going to do tomorrow is come back to you at 5 o'clock, because there's no way I'm coming on here at 6 o'clock with all them horses running. So I'll come back for Saturday's bets at 5 o'clock, tea time. The tea time assortment. That's a good one. Let's do that. Let's have the rich tea or the bourbon or the custard cream. Yeah, that's a good one. That little wafer they used to have in there. Let's do that. Hey, 740, come on. 740 is Tony Martin, the best job trainer in the business, and Colin Keane. Now they combine to ride and train. Number 18, it's called Navy Beach. Navy Beach. And I think Navy Beach will win. It's tongue-tied for the first time. It's gone up £3. I don't usually back horses or tip horses which are going up in the weights, but this looks all over a winner. It really does. And number 18, Navy Beach. It's 3-1 at the moment, early doors. It may drift. That won't put me off it. I think it'll win. It's not a big price. It's not an official bet. We're keen on board. I'm keen to tell you all about it. Number 18, Navy Beach. That's the one. And that's my final bet of the day. I'm all over Quantum Realm. You know what I'm talking about there. It's a real big bet, that. And I like it a lot to win that chase. £80,000 in prize money for Gordon Elliott. Western, same thing, £100,000 prize money for Gordon Elliott, 6:35. He's got 35 minutes. He could collect nearly 200 grand. Wow, not so bad, is it? So I'm going to have the two singles and the double on them two beauties. Gracie's Quest early on up there at Musselburgh. Each way, I think that's got to go close. Navy Beach later on. If you've connected on any of those three, you're going to be singing and dancing. Just have a little bit on Navy Beach to win to celebrate Colin Keane today, what he's done for us. And that's how I see it. I think we've sorted it. 4 bets. I'm going to go and have a lie down with this throat. It's not so good, is it? But in the meantime, I'm going to say good luck and thank you very much indeed for calling through. It's, as always, it's an absolute pleasure to deal with you and to be with you. And all I'm going to say is the magic words. Go get them.